How's it going? Test, 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 test. Sweet. Same as usual. Of course, if you remember last time we were here in Healdsburg, we're doing the game from the stands. So there's going to be a lot of background noise. So, and the internet might not be great, so there might be dropouts. Other than that, should be normal. All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block, listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Crabs baseball is on the air and on the road. Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner, and we are delighted and excited to bring you all the Rock'em Sock'em baseball action as the Crabs take on the Healdsburg Prune Packers in Healdsburg for Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championships. Crabs winning Game 1. They're looking to shut it down tonight, Liam.
Yeah, that's right. But I believe the Prune Packers are going to respond tonight. They were not happy leaving the Arcata Ballpark on Tuesday. I expect more of a fight. This is a very good team. But I think if the Crabs play more good baseball like they did on Tuesday, they have every shot to win the championship tonight and shut it down.
Well, they have their ace going tonight against Healdsburg. Miles Standish out on the mound, so that's always a good thing. And it's a beautiful day at Healdsburg, warm, beautiful ballpark.
Just your kind of weather, Benjamin.
Just my kind of weather, really, just a delight, yeah, to be in the sun. And an early start, 6 o'clock, and place is just packed.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. People here in Healdsburg, they love their team just like the Crabs do. So should be a great atmosphere. A lot of Crabs fans here, way more Crabs fans than last time we were here. Of course, it's the championship series, but it's great to see all the traveling Crabs support.
All right, let's give you the lineups for the opposing teams. For our Crabs, leading off, it's Keenan Morris at third base, Tyler Howard in right field bats second, Cameron Sewell at second base bats third, Adam Enyart will be the DH and bat cleanup, Jacob Pappas in left field bats fifth, Tate Metcalf first base bats sixth, Timmy Reed in center field bats seventh, Nolan Lombardi will catch and bat eighth, Michael Perazzo shortstop bats ninth, and as we noted, it's Miles Standish on the mound, and here's Keenan Morris to lead it off against Alex Velarde, is that right?
Yep, Alec Velarde.
Alec Velarde, who has pitched twice against the Crabs this year and has 2 wins against us, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's been good. I mean, there's a reason Joey Gomes is throwing him out there in a
so
game
we're ready to get going.
Win.
The first pitch is a fastball high and outside, 1-0. All
right, Benjamin, what do you think of the outfield dimensions? Smaller or bigger than the Arcata Ballpark?
I think slightly bigger to center, but smaller down the lines, I think. Fastball is high. That's called a strike. Can't see the scoreboard very well.
Scoreboard's still
showing anything.
0-0.
0-0, okay. So I think it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Lined in the center field for a base hit, and Morris is aboard to lead off the game.
By the way, folks, if you hear a lot of background noise, there is no press box here at Recreation Park. We are doing the game from the stands.
We're in the stands.
We are amongst the people.
Yep. We are in the stands. And bench seating. These are old, looks like old ballpark.
Well, yeah, the
20s, I think.
Prune Packers were founded in 1921. Seems like the stadium was built then, too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Morris aboard. Here's Howard, the right fielder. Morris with a huge lead. He hits a ground ball over to third, backhanded, throw to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. Nice play by the third baseman, DiGiorno.
Yeah, the former Crab making a really good play against a guy who's been really hot against the Prune Packers, Tyler Howard.
That ball was hit right over the bag. And DiGiorno, a diving stop, and just got Morris at second. So Howard aboard on the fielder's choice, and here's Sewell. And I don't know what the dimensions are down the right and left field line. He takes a strike on the outside corner.
I don't see any numbers.
It is 400 to dead center, so that's about the same size as our ballpark. But it looks shorter down the lines to me. Maybe not in right field, but left field looks like a short porch to me.
Yeah, there are a lot of home runs hit out there in my experience doing games here.
Here's the pitch, and that's hit hard but foul past first base. So 0-2 now to Sewell. Enyart on deck.
Let's get a hit. Let's go, Sewell.
Velarde sets. And the pitch is outside. 1-2 now to Sewell. The 1-2. Breaking pitches outside, 2-2. We don't have the benefit of the pitch tracker.
No, we don't. Not on the road. They do have TrackMan, I believe, but they're not going to show it to us.
No, I don't think so. 2-2 the count. Velarde sets and deals, and that's tapped foul. So still the count is 2-2. A thrilling game Tuesday night at the Arcata Ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
The Crabs hanging on to win 10-8. That Crabs led that game 4-0. Prune Packers came back and tied. Crabs went ahead 8-4. Prune Packers came back and tied. And finally, the Crabs, that's hit hard into center field and playable. The center field camped under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, that game on Tuesday was wild on the field, and you had a tsunami warning.
That's right.
On top of all of that.
Yeah.
It was a really surreal and exciting night. I don't think there will be another night of Crabs baseball like that ever again.
There will be. So, 2 outs. Here's Enyart, and Enyart, speaking of that game, was brilliant in the last inning.
Oh, yeah.
Shutting it down
on the mound.
For the Crabs on the mound, yeah.
And he had struggled, too, lately, before that.
That's right, he had. And I was worried, to be honest, when they brought him in the 9th.
Yeah.
But
he shut it down.
He was aces, man.
He showed up in the big moment for sure.
Sure did. Want to know the count? Howard's still over at first, 2 away, just getting started. And the pitch. This is low and inside. 2-1 the count. 2-0, excuse me. Tap foul at the plate. 2-1 now to Enyart. Velarde's at the belt. He kicks and deals, and that's hit hard but foul past the Prune Packers dugout. A warm night up in the high 80s here in Healdsburg.
Yeah, not too bad, though.
No, it's great. 2-2 the count. And that misses outside, 3-2. This is the right weather for baseball.
Oh, yeah.
3-2, runner goes. The pitch is hit on the ground over to third, and that's gonna make it into left field for a base hit. So Enyart aboard. Howard goes to second. And here's Pappas. Two outs, 2 runners on for the Crabs. And the pitch hits him on the shoulder and skips away.
I think that got a piece of the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it did. It got a piece of his helmet. I think he's okay, though. So that loads the bases for Tate Medikoff. Howard at third, Enyart at second, Pappas at first. Medikoff steps in. Velarde looks at first. Comes home, and that's hit foul out of play. Oh, and 1. And there's a breaking pitch, hits him on the back, and that's going to play to run. Crabs take a 1-0 lead. So Velarde's having some control struggles here early on. Back-to-back hit batters. Howard in the score, Enyart to third. Pappas to second, and here's Timmy Reed. And Reed takes a big cut at a good fastball, 0-1. The 0-1 is high. Oh, it was a strike. Okay.
Well, we don't have
one.
we don't have the best view of the strike zone from over here.
Well, I don't know, but I agreed. But if you had two eyes, big swing and a miss, and that's all for Reed and the Crabs here in the first. But they get a run on no hits. There were no errors, and 3 left at the end of half an inning. Crabs won. Healdsburg coming to bat. This is exciting Crabs baseball. 107.3 FM. Welcome back to the ballpark in Healdsburg. Thanks to Baywood Golf and Country Club and the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite Big Blue Cafe on the plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Miles Standish out on the mound for the Crabs. He's been our best pitcher all season.
It's been the ace. All right, here is the lineup for the Healdsburg Prune Packers, the home team, brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op, sponsoring both lineups tonight. Leading off for the Pack will be the second baseman, Antonelli Salvatore. Batting second will be the right fielder, Alex Leopard. Batting third will be the first baseman, Logan Sutter. Batting fourth will be the catcher, Cade Laidhoff. Batting fifth will be former Crab and third baseman, Drake DiGiorno. Batting sixth will be a designated hitter, Hideki Prather. Batting seventh will be the left fielder, Jake McCoy. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, Kate Campbell. And batting ninth will be the center fielder, Jace Souza.
All right, Salvatore to lead it off. On the mound is Standish. Lombardi is catching. Medikoff at first. Sewell at second. Morris at third. Perazzo at short. Papasan left. Reed in center. And Tyler Howard out in right field. Crabs leading 1-0, bottom of the first inning. Lefty on lefty. Standish sets and deals. Tapped foul past the Crabs dugout.
I know in the last broadcast we were speculating whether Robin would
That's right.
run Miles Standish out here for game 2, try to close it out, or save him for game 3, and he chose to run Standish out to try to shut it down.
And there's a pitch high, 1-1. Salvatore.
There is a watch party. Wild hair tackle. They're watching.
1-1 the count. Standish rocks. And there's a fastball in there for a strike. Knee high on the outside corner. 1-2 to Salvatore. The 1-2. Line into left field for a base hit. Salvatore aboard with a leadoff single.
A little bit of a bobble from Pappas out in left field, but got back on the ball quickly.
And here's Leopard, the right fielder. Another left-handed batter. Salvatore, big lead over at first. Standish will look over, and now he comes home, and that's hit in the air to left field. Down the left field line, it's going to go foul. Our line of vision when a ball's hit in the air here is not very good. So
no.
Kind of have to just watch the outfielders to see where the ball went.
Especially going down left field line.
Down the left field line at all.
Healdsburg is not the best place to call a baseball game from. It is a great place to go as a fan.
Here's the pitch. And he pops that one in the air, foul, and it goes out behind us.
And if you want a foul ball here in the seating area, you're out of luck because it's all completely covered.
No.
It's great if you want to stay out of the sun.
Well, absolutely, yeah. 0-2 now, the count to Leopard. Standish peers in, gets the sign, now he sets. We'll look at first in the 0-2, grounded out to second. Sewell scoops it up, tosses the second for one. 4-6-3 double play.
What a smooth play by Cam Sewell just to glove it and
shovel the second.
That was a difficult play, made it look really easy.
2 away. Here's Sutter. First baseman.
And their most dangerous hitter.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here's the pitch. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 misses low. The 1-1 is high. Two and one the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. And the count goes even.
One more now, one more.
Laidhoff on deck. And the next pitch is high, and the count goes full. Three and two the count. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away. Good fastball. Three-two. We'll do it again. Here comes the pitch, and that's hit in the air to right field. Howard coming in a few steps. He's under it, and that ends the inning. For Healdsburg, a run, no hits, no errors, no runs. A hit, no errors, nobody left, and at the end of one, the Crabs lead 1-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball on the road, 107.3 FM. All right, we are back. Crabs leading 1-0 in the top of the second inning, thanks to Crestmark Millwork, local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon. Nico Lombardi leads it off. It's Alec Bellardes. Crabs leading 1-0 at top of the second. And fastball is high and outside. And Lombardi hits one
Through.
Through, okay. Thank you. Through the left side for a base hit. So Lombardi aboard. Here's Michael Perazzo.
And you love to see the Crabs putting constant pressure on the Prune
That's right,
Packer
getting
starter
guys on right away.
just like they did on Tuesday.
Yes, that's right. That was the key Tuesday. It surely. And the pitch. He bunts it in the air out front of home plate. And the only play will be to first base as Lombardi advances to second on the sacrifice.
That was a bunt that looked pretty bad at first, and then it ended up being a pretty good bunt that got the job done.
Well, because he bunted it in the air,
Yeah.
that gave Lombardi time to hustle down the second.
Yeah,
So,
and thankfully it dropped.
so one away, Lombardi at second, back to the top of the order. Here's Morris, who singled in his first at bat. A look at second, and Belardes comes home, swung on and missed 0-1. A big cut. Belardes shakes off a couple of signs. Now he's ready. And the pitch. Low and outside. A ball and a strike to Morris. The 1-1 is fouled out of play. One-two pitch is way high. Backs Morris away from the plate, 2-2. Belardes deals. Low and outside, and the count goes full.
Great at bats so far.
Well, that has been the hallmark of Crabs hitting all season. Deep
That's
at
right.
bats, patience. The 3-2 swung on and missed, got him.
That was just a good pitch there.
2 away. Here's Tyler Howard. Hit into a fielder's choice and came around to score in the first inning. Belardes looks out at second and comes home with a fastball high. The 1-0 to Howard. Breaking ball is hit into left field for a base hit. They're waving Lombardi home, the throw to the plate, and he's a dead duck. Not even close. No slide even at home plate. That ends the inning. No runs, there was a hit, there were no errors, and one left, and at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Crabs 1 and the Prune Packers nothing. This is very loud Crabs baseball, playoff baseball, 107.3 FM. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning. It'll be Laidhoff, DiGiorno, and Prather for Healdsburg, with the Crabs leading 1-0. Shout out to all the folks listening to the game at watch parties all around Arcata and Eureka.
You know, the Wild Hare Tavern's one of them. Shout out to everybody there.
So here's Laidhoff. And the pitch. Fastball high. The 1-0. Standish kicks, deals. Good fastball swung on and missed. 1-1. Boy, that had a pop to it.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1. Hit in the air to left field and gone. Home run. That ties the game for Healdsburg.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. I mean, the balls
No doubt are right out
to
the street.
They fly out to left field.
Yeah,
Pretty short dimension.
I think it's pretty short left field, it looks like to me.
Of course, you have the drier air here.
I bet it's less than 300 feet out there
Yeah.
for sure. I bet it's more like 280.
And it is not a freeway you're hitting the ball onto. It's
No, it's a residential
street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Houses.
So that ties the ball game, and Lombardi out to have a word now with Standish. That probably would have been off the wall in Arcata, but
Yeah, I think
certainly
that-
wouldn't have been a home run, I don't think.
I think that was hit too low to make it out back home, but that would have at least gone off the wall, yeah.
So we're tied at 1, still nobody out. And here's DiGiorno. And the pitch is high. Oh, okay. Called that a strike, did he? Cool. 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. There are a lot of folks in crab gear here tonight.
Oh, yeah, tons of Crabs fans. I mean,
In
we're
fact, you can hear 'em.
surrounded.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by Crabs fans.
Next pitch is hit in the air to center field. Reed is there. He's under it, and he's got it for the first out of the second half of the second inning.
We got a Crab Queen Tamara Closey right next to us, and Randy and Ellen Barthman next to us as well.
I just see a lot of folks in crab caps and crab shirts.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a good opportunity for you know, parents and friends of Crabs players from the Bay Area to come up.
And this is Prather, who fouls one up against the screen, 0-1.
And it's not as terrible of a drive from Southern California if you want to
No, it's not a bad
make
it's
that
It's
drive.
a fairly pleasant drive, really. I mean,
It's
well,
not, you
from
know,
home it
the
is.
11, 12 hours to Humboldt.
That's right. And that's hit on the ground over to third. Morris has it. Throw to first, 2 away. Here's Jake McCoy. McCoy, the left fielder. The players here get to have walk-up songs because they don't have a band.
Yeah, we have a band.
We have a band. We have our own band, so. Here's the pitch to McCoy, and he takes high.
Well, the Crabgrass band came down here last season, and the folks here did not seem too enthused. Not everybody can handle it.
The 1-0 fouled out of play, 1-1. Yeah. We love them at home. That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 the count.
Not for everybody.
And that's hit foul. Oh, one hand catch by one of the players over in the Prune Packers dugout. Nice. A ball and 2 strikes now. Prather. And he fouls that one out of play. On the right side of the ballpark. Park is surrounded by oak trees. sits in a park in a residential neighborhood, downtown Healdsburg. Here's the pitch. And, close pitch, taken for ball 2, ball 1 and 2 now.
You can also tell in the outfield that it also doubles as a football field for the local high school football team.
Yeah.
That's why there's so much foul territory in both left and right field.
Next pitch. That's hit high in the air to left field. That's gone. 2-1, Healdsburg.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be like that all night. The Crabs are going to have to match.
Two home runs in the inning, both to left field. And Prune Packers really taking advantage of that short left field fence. So here's Cade Campbell, the shortstop.
So I noticed that the Prune Packers brought their chain out of the dugout, which is interesting.
Whatever, I don't understand
given
the whole
the events
no
of
chain on the field rule anyway.
this past
whatever.
Sunday.
Yeah, whatever. Here's the pitch, fouled out of play. 0-1. Yeah. I guess it's not really on the field though. The 0-1 fastball is high, 1-1.
The other thing you'll notice, Benjamin, here at Recreation Park is that the dugouts here are actual dugouts.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're
sitting below ground.
The 1-1. That's hit in the air to left field, and that's gone. 3-1, Healdsburg. Three home runs in the inning. And that's the way of this team. They have a lot of power. Everybody in this lineup can hit it out at any time.
They have a lot of power, and I think a lot of those balls at the Arcata Ballpark would have hit the wall, and unfortunately here they're going to go.
Or would have been outs near the warning track.
Yeah. So I mean, the Crabs are just simply going to have to match the offense.
They are, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to win this game.
It's bound to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
So Crabs trailing 3-1 now. Giacomini out to the mound.
Eric Giaconi's out there.
Giaconi, excuse me.
How far is that fence?
So here's Jay Souza. He actually homered Tuesday night in Arcata. So 3-1 Healdsburg. Standish rocks. Deals a fastball down low. The 1-0. Fastball right down the middle, 1-1. 1-1's low and outside. 2-1. 2-1. Fastball right down the middle, and that evens the count.
I mean, Standish just, can't be afraid to go into the zone. Wasn't there.
High bounder over to first. Throw to first, in time. Nice play by Tate Medikoff.
Really
on
good
a ball
play.
that almost bounced over his head. And Standish covering, that ends the inning. But Healdsburg gets 3 runs on 3 home runs, and they lead it 3-1 at the end of 2. This is Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, Crabs trailing 3-1 in the top of the third inning. Cameron Sewell to lead it off. He flied to center his first at bat. 3 home runs by the Prune Packers in the second inning off of Miles Standish. And Velarde's pitch to Sewell is a fastball away. A ball, no strikes to count to Sewell. And the next pitch is a strike on the outside corner, belt high. One and one. That's fouled out of play. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Enyard on deck. The 1-2. Low and outside. Sewell waits. Velarde's at the belt. Kicks and comes home. Fastball high and inside. Sewell ducks out of the way. And that brings the count full. 3-1. Again fouled out of play. It's almost impossible to tell off the bat where the ball is going.
Really
I have to watch the fielders.
We're doing our best.
React.
We're doing our best from
But,
where we are.
You cannot see more than about 20 feet high. That's fouled right up against the screen, 3-2. The ball is hit in the air, it just disappears from our point of view.
Although the 3 home runs that the Prune Packers hit, it's not difficult to tell. But
wow, those you can tell by the sound.
They were going to go out.
Yeah.
They were going to go out fair.
Yeah. 3-2 to Sewell. And he fouls it out of play again. All right, still the count is 3-2. Here comes the pitch. And he foul tips it up against the backstop. The 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, Sewell draws the walk.
That's their way back into this game. There's great at-bats, working counts. They're not going to hit home runs at the same clip as the Prune Packers.
But if they can keep getting guys on.
That's right.
They do have some power. And here's Enyard. Enyard's someone who could easily go yard.
This guy's one of them.
Enyard singled his first at bat. Check swing on a fastball, and first base umpire rules that he went around. So it's 0-1 to Enyard. The 0-1 on the ground, up the middle, and through for a base hit. Sewell's going to hold it second. And now the ball is bobbled in center field, and everybody's going to move up 90 feet. So a single and an error on the center fielder, Souza. I think it's Souza out there.
Yep.
And the Crabs have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out.
If I recall, the Prune Packers made quite a few mistakes on Tuesday, and the Crabs took advantage, so they need to do it again.
So here's Pappas with the tying runs aboard in scoring position, and he takes a fastball right down the middle for a called strike. Sewell at third, Enyard at second, nobody out. The 0-1 is high. Oh, it was a strike. No way, come on. 0-2.
Look at point screen.
The 0-2 fouled up against the screen.
Yeah, we don't have the track data, and they wouldn't show those to us probably.
0-2, here's the pitch. Again, he fouls it up against the screen, so he's just missed 2 pitches in a row. Just got a piece of both of them. 0-2 to count to Pappas. He was hit by a pitch, his first appearance. And he takes a fastball high and inside. 1-2. The 1-2 in the air to left field, shallow. Going out, it's a third baseman. Left fielder coming in, it's going to drop. And Sewell comes in to score. 10 yards to third, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Prune Packers. So a little loop single for Pappas. Plates the run. He goes to second on the throw. Now with second and third and a run in, here's Medikoff, still nobody out. 3-2, Healdsburg. And the pitch to Medikoff is hit in the air to left field, towards the line. Left fielder's going over, and foul ball. Just foul. It was over the fence, but just foul.
Yeah, landed in someone's garage.
0-1, it's just a long strike. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Hunters take their lead. Velarde's at the belt. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, he got him.
Couple of really
One away.
nasty pitches from Velarde.
Here's Timmy Reed. Reed struck out his first at bat. And the first pitch is low. The 1-0. High and outside, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Way outside, 3-0. The 3-0 to Reed. Ball 4. That loads the bases with 1 out. For Nico Lombardi. Lombardi singled his first at bat. Enyard at third, Pappas at second, Reed at first. The pitch to Lombardi. And he takes a strike. Thought about going around, but held up. It's a strike anyway. Oh, 0-1. 0-1, swung on, got him a chase up. Slider away on that, he fooled him. 0-2 now to Lombardi.
Velarde has broke out some breaking balls that have been really filthy.
That was filthy, yeah. And he had mostly been throwing fastballs.
Yeah. It's a good change of speed.
0-2 to Lombardi. Perazo on deck. And that one's high and outside.
I know. Where's Ted's head?
We ought to have a little puppet. Little puppet, you can see the back of his head.
Go Krabbies!
1-2. Here's the pitch. In the air to shallow right field. The right fielder coming in. He's under it. He's got it. And the runner's coming home. No, he's going to go back to third. Oh, and he's called out at third.
They called him out at third.
Oh, boy. Adam Enyart called out at third. He started to come in on the throw. And went back to third, and now Robin out on at third base disputing the call, but he is out.
Oh, Robin is upset. This wouldn't be the first time he's been really upset at an umpire in Healdsburg. He got thrown out the last time we were here.
Well, that's too bad. The Crabs do get a run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 left, and at the end of 2.5, it's 3-2 in favor of Healdsburg. This is Controversial Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back thanks to Cypress Grove Cheese, the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling. Healdsburg leading 3-2 in the bottom of the third. They're back to the top of their order. Salvateri to lead it off. He singled his first at bat. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Crabs. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Healdsburg. And that's hit in right field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Salvateri.
What I've noticed about these Healdsburg hitters is that they are very aggressive.
They're aggressive. They have a lot of power.
Yeah, when they see their pitch on the first pitch,
That's
they
right.
go for it.
Yeah, they don't
wait
get into a lot
around.
of deep counts, do they? Kind of the opposite approach of the Crabs.
Yeah, right.
Who like to work counts, but they have more power than the Crabs, so it makes sense that they would be a little more aggressive. So Salvateri over at first. Nobody out. Here's Leopard, and he takes a strike held high on the inside corner. Throw over to first, and it gets away into right field. And he's going to go all the way to third. A 2-base error.
Well, we were talking about all that foul territory.
Standish. Wow, that's no good.
Yeah.
He just launched that. Now they're calling the runner. I don't know. Now the umpires are meeting over something. Maybe the ball got hung up. I think the Crabs are arguing the ball got hung up over near the dugout, and that's what allowed the runner to go to third. So he may be sent back to second. At any rate, though, it was not a very good throw from Standish.
No.
And
can't be making mistakes like that against the Prune Packers.
No.
We'll see what happens here after the discussion between the
So-
umpires.
Umpires are meeting.
Maybe they have an out-of-bounds line like they do at the Arcata
Yeah, it could
ballpark,
be.
where if the ball crosses that, it's out of play.
And they're going to send the runner back to second. So that's a break for the Crabs.
And now Joey Gomes is going to go out there, and we'll see how long he talks to the umpire.
It should only take another 45 minutes.
Yeah, going to add 20 minutes onto this. Go. Never mind.
Oh, he's done. Okay.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Never mind. All right, runner out at second. 0-1 is the count to Leopard. Standish looks in for the sign. Now he sets. He looks at second and deals down low. One and one.
Get 2. 1.
1-1 is a strike on the outside corner of Bell High. 1 and 2 to Leopard. Leopard grounded into a double play in his first at bat. The 1-2. In the air to right field, but it's going to drop in front of Howard, and that's going to put runners on the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, I wonder if the sun was in his eyes. Looked like he could have ran in and caught it, but dropped right in front of him.
So here's Sutter, fly to right his first at bat. Miles Standish in trouble again now with runners on the corners and nobody out. Healdsburg leading 3-2. Looking for more here in the bottom of the third. And there's a fastball that misses low.
Well, I see somebody with the crabs hat. See it?
1-0. Uh-oh, that's hit high in the air to center field. And that is gonna bounce up against the fence. No, that's gone. That's a
They're
home
calling
run.
it a home run.
3-run home run. Six to 2 Healdsburg.
Well, Benjamin, I was afraid this is going to happen. Because when the Prune Packers left the ballpark on Tuesday, you could tell they were pissed off.
Yeah.
And they're playing like it.
Now they're really sticking it to Miles Standish now.
Well, now the umpires are discussing again. It was really hard for me to tell if that ball
I thought it
hit
bounced
above the yellow line.
I
or
thought it bounced in front of the
yeah,
fence.
me too. But
And so, but then
hard
they
to
were
tell.
gesturing that it was a home run because I thought it was a double. I thought it was extra bases, but I didn't think it was out.
yeah, they're staying with
And
the
they were
call.
calling it a home run. So 6-2 Healdsburg.
Now Robin's out there again. Robin has never been happy with the umpires in Healdsburg. He has had many an issue with umpires here at Recreation Park.
Yeah, he's not pretty happy. He's not very happy. I don't know.
Yeah, he
It
might.
looked to me like it bounced, but whatever.
Yeah, me too. But
They're not calling. Not saying that.
It
Saying
was-
it's a home run, but it looked to me it bounced in front of the fence.
I'd have to see a replay. It was hard to tell from where we're sitting, but
All right. Well, it's 6-2 in favor of Healdsburg, and Miles Standish really getting rocked out there now. That is the fourth home run he's given up in 3 innings.
the Prune Packer lineup can do that.
Not even 3 innings. 2 innings. And here's the pitch. Fastball high and outside. And
I've said
Sanish
this.
needs to stay in the game a little longer at least.
Yeah.
And-
I've said this before, Benjamin, but the Prune Packers to me are like the Dodgers of the Pacific Empire League. I mean, their lineup
Oh,
really
for sure.
just doesn't have any
That's right. No, everybody in this lineup
have any real weaknesses in
Not
it.
at all,
I mean,
no.
anybody in this lineup can take you deep. So
Yeah.
it's just really a
2-0 now.
tough lineup to pitch to.
And that's hit high in the air on the infield. And who's going to get it? It looks like it's going to be Sewell behind the mound for out number 1. And here's DiGiorno. He flied to center his first at bat. And the pitch to DiGiorno is a fastball for a strike. The 0-1 misses low. The 1-1. That's hit on the ground and through the left side. 8th hit of the game for Healdsburg. And with 1 out and a runner at first, here's Prather. He grounded to third his first at bat. Stanish looks at first and deals, and that's fouled up against the backstop. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Good fastball. 0-2.
Well, Miles. Get
2. 0-2 the count. Runner at first. Takes his lead. And that pitch and this is outside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Prather takes high. They throw behind the runner and not in time. Just got back.
Nice throw, Nico.
No. I mean, if I dive into it, I'm going to need help with it.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. And he hits that in the air to left center field. Reed on the run, and instead it's going to be, was almost going to, I thought it was going to be Reed, but instead it's Pappas making the catch.
Yeah, that could have been real bad, but
They almost collided out there. 2 away. Runner holds it first. And here's McCoy. He homered in his first at bat. And the pitch is outside. Hit on the ground to third. Morris has it. Long throw to first. Nice scoop by Medikoff over there at the end of the inning. But the Prune Packers put 3 more on the board with the home run by Sutter. They lead at 6-2. Stay tuned. Liam will be along to bring you the middle innings. This is Championship Crabs Baseball on the road, 107.3 FM. All right, back to Healdsburg. Crabs trailing 6-2 in the top of the 4th, and here's Liam.
Thank you, Benjamin. I know your run differential hasn't been very good, but maybe now that I'm doing the play-by-play,
you may have better luck than I had. I was just talking to a fan sitting next to me who's rooting for the other team, and she said that ball that was hit to center field definitely bounced in front of the fence and went over.
Yeah, no, that's what I saw too.
They got a 3-run home run out of it, but what we saw was that it did not go out. And so they may have scored 3 anyway, who knows, but still.
Explains why Robin Guyver was so upset. And we'll see if it has an effect on the eventual outcome of the game. And we might have a new pitcher. It's really hard to tell.
Well, this is a lefty. Was Bilardi's left-handed? I don't think so. I think this is a new pitcher.
Again, the uniforms that the Prune Packers are wearing, it's almost impossible to see.
Camouflage tops.
I think it's number 10.
10.
I think that would be Mason Lerma. It's at least what I had last time they played. And yes, it is Mason Lerma out of UC Davis.
They haven't announced a new pitcher, though.
Well, we're just that good.
We're strange.
We're noticing the new pitcher before the PA
haven't said anything about a new pitcher.
Michael Peraza will lead it off. Mr. Peraza in there for a called strike, 0-1. I do apologize if there are any technical difficulties. The internet here at Recreation Park is nowhere as good as it is at home. So the 0-1 in there for a called strike, 0-2. You might experience some buffering or a stuttering of the audio, and most likely it is not your fault. It's just the internet here, like I said, not very good. Not much we can do about it. The 0-2 is swung on and missed strike 3, so Peraza down on 3 pitches. And that's going to bring in Keenan Morris.
Morris is 1 for 2.
Beautiful Thursday night here in wine country. Mr. Morris is lined right to the first baseman. 2 away, Logan Sutter. You a wine guy, Benjamin?
No, not really.
You're not taking part in any vineyards.
Occasionally, if I'm out with other people, I'll have a glass.
Yeah.
No, not really. It's funny, when I checked into my hotel, the clerk said, "Are you here for wine tasting or business?" As if those were the only 2.
Hey, you are here on
anyone
business.
Would come here.
This is a business trip, Benjamin. Pitch to Tyler Howard is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
And I said, no, I'm here for Crabs baseball, baby.
0-1 is a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, and Really good play over to first. A great job by the second baseman, Sabateri, to glove it on his backhand and throw across his body to first. That's going to do it for the Crabs here in the fourth. They trail 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Sonoma County. Bottom of the fourth inning. Prune Packers lead your Crabs by a score of 6-2. This Prune Packer lineup has responded as I expected they would.
No me gusta.
Miles Standish still out on the mound. And it's a ground ball to short. Perazo picks it up, throws to first. It was a high throw, but Medikoff gets the tag down, one away. That's gonna bring
Good job by Medikoff.
Yeah, great job. That's going to bring in Jace Souza. Well, in other baseball news, the Giants, they made a few big trades today. Today
Giants
was the
cut
trade
bait.
deadline.
Giant.
Pitch to Souza in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Sounds to me like the Giants decided they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they got rid of.
They traded Camilo Doval to the Yankees. 0-1 is in there for a called strike again, 0-2. And then kind of a shocking trade. Mike Yastrzemski was traded to the Kansas City Royals. And Yaz has been with the Giants, I believe, since 2019. He's been around for a long time. 0-2 is a fly ball out to right field. The center fielder goes back, looking up, it's gone. Souza hit a home run at the Arcata Ballpark. Does it again here in Healdsburg. It's 7-2.
Fifth home run of the game already.
Unfortunately, Benjamin, you were not here last time the Crabs were here in Healdsburg this season in the middle of June, but it was pretty much like this. Aside from the game that the Crabs were able to win, it was just home run after home run. It's going to bring in Savateri.
No me gusta. I did not drive 4 hours for this.
Well, pitch is popped up left side of the infield. It's going to be the shortstop. Perazo making the catch 2 away. The good thing is that the Crabs still have tomorrow to win the Pacific Empire League Championship. So it was obviously great that the Crabs were able to win game 1 at home, because now they have 2 games to win 1.
And they have one here before this season. So.
And they have. So even if the Crabs do fall in this game, there will be a game 3 tomorrow at 6 p.m. Leopard steps in, swings and misses 0-1. So all your driving might not be in vain, Benjamin.
Leopard's 1 for 2.
Yeah, 1 misses up high, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch is a fly ball out to right field. That's going to drop right into the gap for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases. Leopard, he's going to cruise into second with a 2-out double.
Well, I mean, Miles Standish has to be coming out of this game pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him get shelled like this. But
they are just teeing off on him at this point.
This is what the
yeah. Here comes Eric.
Well, yeah, Eric Ciccone going out there doesn't mean that Standish is going to get pulled.
No, but there is somebody warming in the pen, a right-hander out there.
But yeah, you're right.
I mean, he's getting shelled.
I think whoever's out there is
this game's
warming
already
up quickly.
gotten out of hand, and so I mean.
And from where we're sitting, we cannot see who it is in the bullpen. The bullpen's way out in right field. So meeting on the mound. By the way, regarding the Giants, in their combined deals for Tyler Rogers, Camilo Doval, and Mike Yastrzemski, they got Drew Gilbert from the Mets, Blade Tidwell from the Mets, Jose Buto, Tristan Vreiling, Carlos De La Rosa, Jesus Rodriguez, Parks Harbor, and Junior Marte. It sounds like a lot of
great
prospects. Not really guys that are going to help the Giants now.
Well, it sounds like the Giants have decided to rebuild.
Yeah, or at least
they're
sell.
under 500 now, right?
Sell this. I think they're close to 500.
They're like a game under 500 now. So they were 10 games up in May or June.
It has not been good lately.
No.
Sutter's going to step in and pitches low, 1-0.
Sutter has a home run in 2 trips.
Trace, that was mean to punch the crabs can. I didn't see anybody punch
that. 1-0 is a high fly ball out to right field. Right fielder going back.
Oh!
Reaching
what
up
a catch!
and made an incredible catch.
Timmy Reed.
Oh,
a leaping catch, reaching over the
unbelievable.
fence to make the catch.
He almost flipped over the center field wall, making that catch. I thought it was gone. I thought that was it. Timmy Reed, what a play. What a play.
Wow, Timmy Reed robbing a home run.
Yeah.
That was over the fence. He reached over and grabbed it and pulled it back in.
And he almost flipped over the fence. That was an incredible play by Timmy Reed. That's one of the best outfield plays I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And well, that's going to do it.
Play of the season right there.
That's going to do it here in the 4th for the Prune Packers. They lead 7-2 as we head to the 5th. You're listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Wine Country, top of the 5th. Crabs with some work to do. They're down 7-2 to the Prune Packers. It's going to be Sewell, Enyart, and Pappas as he fouls that off into the first base stands, 0-1. Timmy Reed, what an incredible catch.
That was the catch
to end the bottom of the 4th. I think the catch of multiple seasons, and I don't know what the umpire might just call time. I don't think I've ever seen a catch like that. I mean, can't really make a catch like
You can't
that
do that
at
in our
home,
park, no.
obviously. The 0-1 in there for a called strike, 0-2. And I was afraid for his safety for a second. I thought he was going to flip over the wall. He somehow kept himself in, and that's called strike 3, 1 away. So Sewell down on 3 pitches. That's going to bring in Yardy, Adam Enyart. The result stays the same here, and the Prune Packers win. We will be playing Game 3 tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Shenyard swung on and missed 0-1, and of course that will be live on YouTube and 107.3 FM, 1340 AM. Benjamin will be here tomorrow if that game does happen, but a long way to go here. 0-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
Does not look promising.
It does not look promising at all, and most likely we will be here tomorrow night. But the Crabs have shown some serious fight this season, but they need to get it going quick. 0-2 is fouled off at the plate. Do it again, 0-2.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think Standish has to. So they got to bring someone else in, I think, at this point.
I would be surprised if he's out there
Someone who can
in the 5th.
keep
And
the
that's
Crabs
called
close.
strike 3, 2 away. And that's going to bring in Jacob Pappas.
Pappas has been hit by a pitch and singled so far tonight.
Pappas is a ground ball to the left side, picked up by the third baseman. That's DiGiorno on to first, and that's going to do it. And the Crabs here in the 5th, they go in order. They trail 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Sonoma County, bottom of the 5th inning. Prune Packers lead the Crabs 7-2. Crabs baseball brought to you by Charleston Tree Services. We're here to help you with your growing concerns. Our locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. And by Compass Community Credit Union. Hey, Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka, or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. Also by the North Coast Co-op and by North Coast Mercantile, family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic, import, and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's Titus trailer in the right field beer garden in the Arcata Ballpark. 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider. And finally, by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank strengthening our local communities. Our commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve, and we do thank all of the sponsors that have supported the Crabs this season. And Cody Collins still warming up, even after I got through all those ads. Now we're just about ready to go. It'll be 4, 5, 6, Laidhoff, DiGiorno, and Prather.
Laidhoff is 1 for 2 with a home run.
You know, like everybody else
I know,
in this
like pretty
lineup.
much everybody in
His walk-up song is Big Bottom Girls.
And that's a fly ball out to center field. Timmy Reed going back near the track, making the catch, one away. Based off the sound off the bat, I thought that was going to be gone too. He just died there at the track. Bring in former Crab, Drake DiGiorno.
Well, I hope he's happy with himself.
His walk-up song is I'm So Paid by Akon. I like that selection. Pitch to DiGiorno, in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Misses low, and it's 1-1. 1-1 popped straight up, and it's going to be Lombardi taking off his mask, going down the first base line and making the catch and tumbling down to the ground. 2 away. Not an easy play. I'll bring in Hideki Prather.
I don't know. They can see it coming, I guess. I don't know. Interesting.
I didn't notice.
They're very possessive here of their air space.
Yeah, well, too bad. If they don't like us being here, then have them build a press box.
Build a press box.
Pitch to Prather is low, 1-0. Pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Next home games at the Arcata Ballpark. The Crabs will just be playing Saturday and Sunday against the Placer County Peloteros to end the season. 6:30 Saturday, 12:30 Sunday, season finale. 2-0 is fouled right back, and it's 2-1. But if you haven't heard already, there is no home game tomorrow because most likely the way things are looking here, Crabs will be playing here in Healdsburg tomorrow night. So that game's been canceled either way, even if the Crabs come back and win. The 2-1 misses outside, and it's 3-1. One is in the dirt, ball 4. Prather heads down to first. And bring in Jake McCoy.
McCoy's 1 for 2 with a home run.
McCoy grounded foul down the third base line. Nice catch was made by somebody in the Prune Packer dugout. It's 0-1. One swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. Cody Collins out of Fortuna High School. Last was playing club baseball at Sac State, but the way he's been pitching for the Crabs, he might be finding a new home pretty soon. 0-2 is a fly ball out to right field. Howard going back, and it's off the wall. Coming around is Prager. He's going to score easily, and heading into third, standing up with a triple is McCoy. It's 8-2. I'll bring in Cade Campbell. Campbell is popped up behind us, out of play. Oh, and it hits the roof right above us, and that was pretty loud. Of course, if you weren't tuning in earlier, the entire seating area, except for down the first and third base lines, are all covered. So you're not getting a foul ball in most of the stands. 0-1 swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball from Collins. 0-2. Oh, 2 swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's going to do it here in the 5th. But the Prune Packers, they get a run. They lead 8-2. So head to the 6th. You're listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on ESPN 107.3. Welcome back to downtown Healdsburg, top of the 6th. The Prune Packers lead 8-2. Tate Medikoff stepping in, and it's a high fly ball down the left field line. That is most likely foul. Yes, it is. 0-1. Again, we've talked about it before, but our sight line down the left field line is pretty bad.
Yeah, you can't really see
if the ball's
once
hit up
the ball
in the
leaves
air.
the bat, I just kind of have to watch the fielders.
0-1 is swung on and foul tip to the plate. 0-2.
Which is honestly what you should do anyway. But
Recreation Park, it's a great place to watch a game. It's
a
not,
nice park.
Not the best place to call a baseball game
but
from.
it's a nice ballpark.
But it is
really pretty,
nice.
yeah.
It's very historic, lots of wood. 0-2 is low, 1-2. I definitely come here as a fan.
Let's get a run. Come on, hit that ball.
1-2, misses outside, 2-2.
Now you're cooking.
2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3, 1 away.
That's 7 in a row now, set down.
Yep, it's not a
By
recipe
Velarde's.
for coming back. It's going to bring in Timmy Reed.
It's not.
Pitch to Reed. And there for a called strike, 0-1. 0-1 misses outside. And it's 1-1. One drops it right down the middle for a called strike 1-2. 1-2 fouled straight back to the screen. Do it again, 1-2. And that pitch misses just low. And it's 2-2. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, 2 away. We'll bring in Nico Lombardi.
7 strikeouts now for Velardes.
Lombardi swung on and missed.
He was full badly on that
It's 0-1. And Mason Lerma has been really good since coming in.
Who's this?
Mason Lerma.
Lerma. When did he come in?
He
must have come in the fifth, right?
Lombardi swung on and missed again, 0-2. Out of UC Davis, so Crabs have a few UC Davis guys. I'm sure they're familiar. He swung on a missed, strike 3. Lerma makes very quick work of the Crabs here in the 6th. We trail 8-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Sonoma County. Bottom of the 6th inning. Prune Packers lead the Crabs 8-2. Cody Collins out for a 2nd inning of work. He'll face Souza, Savateri, and Leopard. In a game where the Prune Packers have responded with their bats. They've been relentless. And I could just tell when the Prune Packers were walking off the field Tuesday, they were pissed off. And yeah, they played like that today. Quite a few home runs. Lots of work to do for the Crabs. Around Major League Baseball, of course, today was the trade deadline. Giants shipping off Camilo Doval and Mike Yastrzemski today, and then Tyler Rogers a couple days ago. But the Giants are not playing today. They're heading to New York to face the Mets starting tomorrow. Souza steps in. Souza fouled straight back to the pole. And it's 0-1. One misses up high, 1-1. Tuesday's game, of course, Crabs winning a thriller 10-8, and then very surreal moment in the middle of the game when everyone started getting the emergency alerts on their phone for the tsunami warning. Of course, massive earthquake happening off of the coast of Russia. 1-1 is a fly ball out to center field. Reed racing back towards the fence. It's going to hit up against the bush along the fence, center field, and cruising into second. It's Jay Souza. That's going to bring in Sabatere. Everyone getting those alerts on their phone at the same time, and then the crowd at the Arcata Ballpark started doing the wave, which I thought was funny. Of course, Arcata Ballpark was out of the tsunami hazard zone, so we were safe. And luckily for Humboldt County, there was little to no impact. And there was some damage, I believe, to the harbor in Crescent City, but they're very susceptible to even small tsunamis. So glad everything worked out for the North Coast, at least as well as it possibly could have. Anyway, Souza's at second with nobody out. Secretary stepping in. Sabatere, and that hits him, I guess.
Hit him on the elbow.
Must have hit his elbow guard.
Yeah, the elbow guard, but bounced right off the elbow guard.
That's why I was unsure for a second, but yeah, I think you're right, Benjamin. He'll head down to first and second, nobody out. It's going to bring in Alex Leopard. And unless the Crabs can pull off a miracle, I would make plans to watch the Crabs game on YouTube or listen on the radio tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for Game 3. Not looking good. Mr. Leopard, just low 1-0. Well, pitch is a chopper out to second. Sewell will throw to second for one. Back to first, not in time. So 4-6 fielder's choice. Souza will head to third. Leopard reaches. So first and third, one out. It's going to bring in Logan Sutter. Sutter. This is outside 1-0. No pitch swung on and missed. 1-1. When one's in the dirt, it gets away from the catcher. Run's going to come in to score on the wild pitch. It's 9-2. Souza comes in to score. Leopard to second. Under second with one out.
Ay, ay, ay.
2-1 is a fly ball out to left center field, and that's going to drop. 4-base hit. 1 run's going to score, and it's going to be an RBI double for Sutter. It's 10-2. I'm bringing Kate Laidhoff. Game 3 tomorrow, 6 p.m. right here on Crab's YouTube channel and ESPN 107.3 FM, 1340 AM. That is the good news. Crabs only need to win 1 out of 2 games. Right, Laidhoff will step in. Laidhoff misses outside, 1-0. Is diving, almost stopped by Keenan Morris. It got to Perazo, and he has no play. It's going to be an infield single for Laidhoff. Like Morris knocked it down and was unable to get up with the baseball, and at that point had no chance. So first and third, 1 out. It's going to bring in Drake DiGiorno. Pitch to DiGiorno. This is outside, 1-0.
No, I saw it. I don't know about it.
No, it's a ground ball off the foot of Cody Collins. It's going to go right to Sewell, who missed the tag on the runner going to second, apparently. And
what?
run scores, it's 11-2.
Here comes Robin again.
It looked like he made the tag. And that's what Robin Guyver is going out to argue, and now the umpires are, at least the base umpires, are going to talk about it. I don't know if they they call the runner safe at second. If they call Laidhoff safe at second, I think Robin Guyver is going to get ejected. And so they're calling him out of the baseline. So it was a force out at second, and now Joey Gomes is going to go out and argue. What a shocker. As if Joey Gomes hasn't done enough arguing against the Crabs. Laidhoff out at second. DiGiorno reaches.
And he's got a 10-2 lead.
And scores. It's 11-2, yeah.
11-2.
Not good enough for Joey Gomes. And he is still out there talking. Settle in. This is going to go on for a while.
This may take a while. He's rather loquacious.
Oh, it's finally over. All right.
Apparently.
Wait, there were. Oh, that must have been a double play. Okay. So, right. Second baseman Sewell made the tag and then threw out the runner at first. So, that's going to do it for the inning. We're going to head to the seventh, 10-2 Prune Packers. Listening to Game 2 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series, 107.3 FM.
I see the Astros.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning. The Prune Packers lead the Crabs by a score of 10-2. And now to take you the rest of the way, here is Professor Benjamin Schaefer.
All right, Michael Perazo leads it off for the Crabs. In the top of the 7th inning, trailing 10-2, excuse me. I thought you said that run scored. I don't think they counted it.
No, it was a double play.
And there's a check swing outside, 1-0. So 1-2 now, excuse me, to Perazo. That's what I thought. Okay, so this guy didn't score. The 1-2, and Perazo taps that one foul. The on-deck circle here is odd because it's right behind home plate.
Yeah, that's right. I was noticing that.
For the on-deck batter to be standing, and it seems like a dangerous place for the on-deck batter to be standing. The 1-2 to Perazo. Now, and he waves a fastball. Strike 3. 1 away. That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Lerma. And we'll go back to the top of the order with Keenan Morris, who's 1 for 3. And he hits a ground ball over to first, a high bounder. Pitcher covering, 2 away. Three one put out. And here's Tyler Howard. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for Healdsburg, and he takes a pitch low. 1-0. It's beginning to cool down here now. It's becoming quite comfortable at the ballpark. 1-0 is a high bounder over to short. Throw on the run to first is in time, and the Crabs go 1-2-3 in the 7th. They trail 10-2. This is Championship Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. Ah, fuck. Oh, we're back. 7th inning stretch here in Healdsburg. Spencer Jacobs out on the mound in relief of Cody Collins. with the score 10-2 in favor of Healdsburg. It'll be Prather, McCoy, and Campbell to bat in the bottom of the 7th. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night, almost certainly, at 6 o'clock.
It would take a miracle for that not to happen.
At 6 o'clock for what will be the deciding game of this series.
Win or go home.
Season. Win or go home, that's right. Go home either way, but.
Yeah, win or.
Go home winners or go home losers.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, shout out
the season comes to an end this weekend at the Arcata Ballpark. Well, just 2 more games at home, and that wraps it up for 2025. What a season it's been. It's been really a ball.
It's been a really fun season. I think the most fun season that I've experienced.
Yeah, we've had some great competition. We've had a great team. And however this turns out, it was really a fine season.
Yeah, and then 10 long, dark months.
Of no baseball.
Driving,
true, but you'll have football.
Driving past the ballpark and with all the tarps. So yeah, after football, I mean. The winters are tough, seeing the ballpark.
I know. I go by it every day on my way to school. Fastball misses outside 1-0 to Prather. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The 1-0. Ground ball out to short. 1 away. That ball hit the grass and was hit hard, but just died on the grass.
Yeah. Speaking of football, Benjamin, me and Mitchell will be doing College of the Redwoods football shortly after crab season ends. First game, August 30th against Sacramento City College right here, ESPN 107.3 FM, 1340 AM. Head coach Jason White always puts together a good team, so it should be a fun season.
Here's McCoy. He's homered, grounded to third, and walked. And he takes a pitch inside, Cody Collins.
I was going to say, a few of the Crabs security staffers made it here to Healdsburg. Wyatt, Jesse, and Sawyer, I believe.
They're wearing their red shirts.
I think that's cool.
The 1-0. Rounded in the hole on the right side and through for a base hit.
Wyatt Zerlang's done a fantastic job as the head of security at the Arcata Ballpark this season. So shout out to him and his crew, and glad he was able to make it for at least tonight's game.
15th hit of the ball game for Healdsburg now. And they are just pounding Crabs pitching tonight.
Yep. I think it's time to look forward to tomorrow night.
And the pitch in the air, left side, foul territory. Morris back behind the bag, and now back in fair territory, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
I'm sure Robin already knows who's going to start tomorrow. He's not told us, but we'll have to see who he throws out there.
Here's Souza, has a double and a home run in 3 trips. I bet I know who it is, but I can't remember his name.
You remember his number?
No. If I saw the roster, I would be able to say who I think it is. But I don't have the Crabs roster in front of me. Miles. No.
Oliver?
Oliver. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's going to be Oliver. Yeah. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Although I would say that Jonah Fragus has
Fragus, that's true.
pitched in some big games
yeah.
for Robin. So I think
Fragus, you're right.
That's the most likely, at least, prediction for me.
That's a good one, yeah. 0-1 is hit right at second base. Sewell has it, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left. At the end of 7, it's 10-2 in favor of Healdsburg. This is Championship Crabs Baseball on the road, 107.3 FM. Welcome back to Healdsburg, California, as the Crabs trying to get off the mat here, trailing 10-2. It'll be Sewell, Enyart, and Pappas. Lerma's still out on the mound for the Prune Packers, and he's been really good since coming in the 5th inning.
Yeah,
he has not given up a hit. In fact, he's set the Crabs down 9 in a row now.
Shut down.
And that is the, I mean, Healdsburg has a couple of advantages. One is the power in their lineup, but the other is the depth of their pitching.
Yeah.
And there's a strike, 0-1 now to Sewell. You know, they can, on any given night, they can put 4 or 5 pitchers out there that can shut you down. 0-1, and there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2 quickly to Sewell. Sewell has singled in 3 trips, scored a run.
And their entire lineup can hit a home run.
That's right. And has.
Yep.
Ground ball out to second. And a throw to first, and he throws it away. We'll see how they score it.
I would guess that's going to be an error
Since
on
I'm not the official scorer
Sabateri.
here. Yeah, they're calling it an error on Sabateri.
Hit him in, Adam!
So Sewell aboard.
It's hard to tell from here in the stands, but I cannot imagine the sun angle is very good for the hitter right now.
It's coming in from their left. Yeah. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner to Enyart. Enyart is 2 for 3.
That was called a ball.
Oh, was that a ball? Okay. Enyart's 2 for 3. And the pitch, and he cues it foul up against the backstop. A ball and a strike to Enyart. Sewell over at first. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go round? Yep. 1-2. Most of the field is in shadow, you're right, except for really the batter and the catcher. First baseman's looking into the sun a little bit. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground, foul, wide of third. This pitch is a fastball that misses inside. 2-2. 1-2, excuse me.
2-2.
2-2. I thought it was 2-2.
I think they're fundraising for a new scoreboard here in Healdsburg.
2-2 is hit off his foot. Count remains 2-2. Where does the person who controls the scoreboard sit?
I have no idea. There's no press box here.
There's no press box, so
maybe it's one of the guys at the table
could
along
be.
with the home
Yeah,
announcers.
could be, yeah.
Their army of young college interns.
2-2, swung on and missed, and that's it for Enyart. One away. Sewell still over at first. Here's Pappas. He's 1 for 2. And hits a ground ball out to short. Over to second for 1. 6-4-3 double play. Ends the top of the 8th. Crabs trail 10-2. This is Crabs Championship Baseball on the road. 107.3 FM. All right, we're back. Bottom of the 8th inning. It's the top of the order for Healdsburg. Salvatore, Leopard, and Sutter. They are leading 10-2. 10 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors for Healdsburg. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. 6 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Cody Collins still out on the mound.
It's Spencer Jacobs.
Oh, sorry, excuse me, Spencer Jacobs. For his second inning of work. Salvatore is 2 for 3. Jacobs rocks and comes home outside. The 1-0 is hit on the ground over to first. Oh, a nice stop by Medikoff on a ball that was going down the line. 1 away.
That's a great pick.
Here's Alex Leopard. He is 2 for 3. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Oh, waved at and missed. He took something off. 0-2 now. The 0-2. Pitch is high. 1-2. 1-2. Yanked foul into the trees on the right field side. Count remains 1-2.
Jumped all over that off-speed pitch, but he was way out in front of it.
A ball and 2 strikes to count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th inning. And that pitch just missed outside. He wanted to call it a strike, but couldn't quite bring himself to do it. 2-2.
Yeah, the score's only 10-2.
Yeah, right. 2-2 pitch. In the air to center field. Reed coming in. It's going to drop. So Leopard aboard with 1 out. And here's Sutter. He has a double and a home run in 4 trips. And the pitch is low, throw down to first behind the runner, but he's back in time.
Good throw, Nico.
Looked like that was called a strike by them. Yeah, it was.
They called that a strike.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. Fooled the scoreboard operator too.
Yeah.
So 0-1 the count. And there's another strike. Looked like it was on the outside corner.
I'll tell you, Jack would not have been fooled by that.
No, they still have 1-1 on the scoreboard though. Jacob sets. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2, so it was 1. No, he's gone. Okay, you're right. It was 2 strikes. Two away.
To me, if it really matter,
Here's Ladoff. It does not really matter now.
you know,
No.
whatever the count is.
It's 10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he of the classy rock-up song. That's just pure class, that song, you know? Really. Here's the pitch, and he takes the strike at the knees, 0-1. I called that a ball, did he? Okay, 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-1.
Jose is here. Oh, yes, it's glad you're there. That's awesome.
The 1-1 took something off and had him way out in front, 1-2.
Great pitch from Spencer there.
That was a good pitch. The 1-2. We're short lead at first. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 2-2. On the top of the 9th inning for the Crabs, it'll be Medikoff, Reed, and Lombardi scheduled to bat. They need 8 runs, at least. For now, they need 8 runs. 2-2 pitch. And that's in the air to left field. Going back is Pappas to make the catch for out number 3. No runs hit, no errors. 1 left, and at the end of 8.5. End of 8, excuse me. At the end of 8, it's 10-2 in favor of Healdsburg. Stay tuned. Last chance for the Crabs coming up. This is Crabs Baseball on the Road, 107.3 FM. We are back, top of the 9th inning. Last shot for the Crabs, trailing 10-2. It'll be Medikoff, Reed, and Lombardi. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, it's looking pretty clear that that's going to be the deciding game. So you're going to want to tune in for that. And if you haven't been to the ballpark yet, you've only got 2 more days to do it.
That's right.
Saturday and Sunday against the Peloteros. The Crabs will close out the season. So here's the pitch, and there's a strike right down the middle to Medikoff. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And here's the 0-1, and that's low, 1-1. The 1-1. This is away, 2-1. 2-1, fouled away, and count goes even. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count. And the pitch. Fouled away again. Two and 2. Here's the pitch. In the air to right center field and over the head of the right fielder. Medikoff will go to second. The throw coming in, and he's in there. Just in there.
Whoa, that was way closer than
That was closer than I thought it was going to be. So leadoff double for Tate Medikoff. And here's Timmy Reed. He's 0 for 2. But he made the catch of the season earlier in this game as he took a home run away.
I've never seen a crab do anything like that.
Nope. And he takes a fastball outside, 1-0.
And like we said, at home, that's not possible. So you're only going to see that on the road, especially here at Healdsburg, a lot of low fence.
That was against Sutter. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. Medikoff at second. Crabs trail by 8. Here's the pitch. And he hammers that up against the screen. Two and 1. And that's a strike belt high on the outside corner. 2 and 2. The 2-2. Check swing, and he's gone. One away. Here's Lombardi. 2 for 3.
Well, I guess they're going to take Lerma out of the game.
They're going to take Lerma out of the game with 2 9th, huh?
Interesting. Well, the game's only been 2 hours, 10 minutes, so.
What a strange thing to do. He pitched great.
He did indeed pitch well.
But I'm surprised that with 1 out to take him out in the 9th inning with a 10-2 lead.
I'm kind of shocked.
That's really strange.
He was at 58 pitches, and maybe he was on some sort of pitch count. But
Well, 58 would be a weird number. Anyway, we'll see who the next pitcher is going to be. It's a right-hander.
32. Tucker
something.
Bougie.
Tucker Bougie. Okay.
Kind of a funny last name given where we are.
Just going to say that. Appropriately named.
Why not?
Wine country.
Tucker Bougie. He'll take his warm-up pitches. Well, I just think it's a strange thing to do in the 9th inning.
I don't know. Joey
It's not
Gomes,
like he was hurt or anything, or I mean, he was
I'm
pitching
sure
great.
Joey Gomes had a reason for taking him out.
I don't know.
With
I
all the
don't know.
success that Joey Gomes has had in this league,
Yeah,
it's hard to question
must
him.
have some reason. All right, so he'll take his warm-up pitches.
Take a look around Major League Baseball. Pretty light night. Usually Thursday nights, not too many games. In fact, there were only 3 games today in Major League Baseball. The Mariners currently lead the Rangers 3-0. Bottom of the 5th in Seattle. The Yankees beat the Rays today 7-4 in the Bronx. And the Braves beat the Reds in a wild, high-scoring game in 10 innings. The Braves winning 12-11 in Cincinnati.
That Yankees Blue Jays series is a big series, right? The Yankees trailing the Blue Jays, trying to get close. I think they're 5 out, aren't they?
Yeah, the Blue Jays have been really, really good.
Yeah.
Kind of a shocking, surprising team.
I think they're kind of like Detroit in the sense that they're just solid all the way around. They don't have anybody who's a huge star, except Detroit, of course, has that starter. What's his name? Pitch is fouled away, 0-1. Skubal.
Yeah, Tarek Skubal.
But the Tigers are this kind of team where everybody contributes something. And
Well, the Tigers were a big surprise last season. They're not as much of a surprise this season after what they did in the postseason last year.
the 0-1 to Lombardi. And the next pitch is swung on and missed, 0-2. Medikoff out at second, 1 out, but the Crabs are trailing by 8, so. A rather large hill to climb. The 0-2 to Lombardi. And he hits it on the ground to shortstop. Throw to first, 2 away, and the Crabs are down to their last out. So they'll be up to Perazo. And a pitch. He fouls it away, 0-1. The 0-1.
Carrie Kelly sent me a text.
And
Tell me who the request is from. But they want to
fastball misses outside, 1-1.
Oh, sorry. I'm right, standing right in front of the camera that I put there. All right. I see the picture. Which camera?
The 1-1. Bougie rocks and deals. That's a ground ball over to first. He tosses the Bougie covering, and that ends the ball game. Crabs fall in game 2 by a final score of 10-2. 10 runs, 16 hits, 2 errors for Healdsburg. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. The series ties at 2, and the deciding game will be tomorrow night here in Healdsburg at 6 o'clock. Crabs thoroughly dominated tonight, Liam.
Yep. Time to get after it tomorrow.
All right, till then, Benjamin Schaefer along with Liam Warner. This is Crabs Baseball on the Road, 107.3 FM.